It's done. Now, I'm going to draw another tree, and we have different types of trees. So I think that for this one, I'm going to draw a palm tree. So palm trees usually are at the beach, so I'm going to draw a palm. And a lot of times the palms will grow sideways and curve up. If you've ever been to the beach, you can see that. Okay, and then I like to make these limbs come out at an angle like that. And then these in the back are going to be foreshortened. And I'll show you how that's done. And you may have one hanging down this way. Okay, so that is the spine of the leaf. So we're going to come back in here and just draw that doubled like this. Okay. It's very pointy on the end. And then you're going to have these little palms that hang down like that on these front ones. This one right here, you're going to see both sides of it. So you'll see it come down like that. And then this one will be like the other side here. And then these right here, you're going to see both sides of them as well. But they go flat on the top. They're not pointy. And the reason that is because these are bent over and you don't really see the tips of them. So that's how they would look. And then draw your coconuts in here. My husband climbed a coconut tree one time and got me a coconut. I thought that was very cool. Anyway, the bark has like little stripes in it where the layers of the tree grow. And we have a palm tree. Let's give it a little bit of grass, wispy grass. The beach, they have that grass, the pampas grass. And we can even draw a beach down here if we want. There we have it, palm tree. So let's make our palm tree interesting. We can do it in some watercolor. Let's try some watercolor on this one. Okay, here we go. So let's take a small brush, get it wet. And we're going to put a layer of light brown here on this trunk. Like that. And you can go ahead and put a little bit of brown on your coconuts. And let's put a little blue in the water here. And remember, the ocean is darkest at the top. And try not to touch that over there. Okay, and the so we've done a palm tree. Let's stop some of that out on the coconuts there. If you get too much paint on something, you can always take it out with a paper towel. We're going to do it in oil pastels, so let's go ahead and draw us a tree here. Let's draw this one old and rickety, okay, and it's going to have a big knot on it right there. So it's going to have a little bit shorter, stockier limbs and like roots that come out on the ground. Okay, just nice and big and thick, because oil pastels are kind of hard to fit into tight places sometimes. So I'm just going to show you how to color them. It's kind of like coloring with a crayon, but you don't want to put down your first layer as really solid. That comes later as you build your tree. Okay. This is a really nice medium to use. And I think now what I want to do is add some colorful leaves in there. So just like the little tree with the little squiggly marks, we're going to go in here and do some little squigglies and kind of smush that pastel down in there. And so we'll have remember little figure eights, little circles, whatever you want to use to color it to give it texture or shape of leaves. I think this kind of helps get that shape of leaves in there. Now remember, you guys were outside drawing those trees and trying to put those leaves in, and you were trying to draw little specific leaves. Look how fast this is. Okay, I'm adding darker colors in here because I did draw those limbs in there, and I kind of want to cover some of that up. And the green is not actually going over it like I wanted to, but it is somewhat if I layer the colors in enough. You have to put enough color to make that kind of hide some of the branch that you don't want to show. So. Okay, I'll be using some red. The red kind of, when you put red and green together, it gives you a darker green or brown color. That will kind of give this the illusion of shadow. So I'm just taking red and going over the leaves. I think you can add all kinds of colors in here and it would look great. But we're just trying to get this to take on the illusion of shadows in the tree here right now. So now we have a pastel tree. Let's give it a little shadow down here in the back. I think this is my shadowy side here. So I'm going to give it a little shadow back here. Label this one with our pencil, pastel. Okay, so when you're finished this week, you should have 4 trees. You should have pastel, you should have watercolor, you should have colored pencil, and charcoal. So these are the 4 that you should have, okay? And label them if you don't mind. This one needs to be labeled watercolor.